They called it luck. They called it talent. They called it divine favor. But history calls it what it truly is, an invisible law, a sacred code that runs through every great life ever lived. It is the secret that turned ordinary men into giants, the spark that carried Edison through 10,000 failures, the whisper that guided Lincoln through defeat after defeat, the same invisible force that told Henry Ford when the world called him mad that the impossible was simply the unattempted. This is the hidden secret behind every great achievement. And if you understand it, if you live it, if you breathe it, it will turn your life into proof of what is possible when a human being decides to rise. Every era has its dreamers, but not every dreamer becomes a builder. Most people stop at the gates of resistance the moment life says, prove it. But those who go beyond, they possess something deeper than hope, stronger than motivation, greater than luck. They have certainty, not the kind that waits for evidence, the kind that creates evidence, the kind that says, I have decided who I am, and the world will adjust. Edison didn't wait for the light to appear. He became the light. Carnegie didn't wait for wealth. He built an empire from a belief so strong it could bend steel. Walt Disney saw castles and swamps. The world saw mud. He saw magic. The difference? They knew something most people never discover. Every great achievement begins long before it's visible. The factory of greatness is not made of brick or machines. It is built inside the human mind. The first victory is always internal. The war is always between who you are and who you believe you can be. Your outer world is a mirror reflecting the inner one. If the mirror is cloudy with fear, you'll see obstacles. If it's clear with faith, you'll see opportunity. The mind, when directed with absolute belief, is the most powerful force in the universe. It bends reality around conviction. But here's the part the world doesn't want to hear. Before the light, there will be darkness. Before the crown, there will be the cross. Before triumph, there will be trial, because the hidden secret behind achievement is not found in the result. It is found in the transformation that happens on the way. When you fail and still move. When you fall and still rise. When you hear no 100 times and still whisper yes to your purpose. That is where destiny recognizes you. There is a moment in every great life when the dream looks impossible. That's when the masses quit and the masters are born. Look at any monument of human greatness and you'll find this pattern. First ridicule, then resistance, then reverence. The world laughs, then doubts, then kneels. Because nothing awakens faith like proof. But proof is born from patience, and patience is born from pain. Pain, that sacred teacher, molds ordinary people into extraordinary beings. It teaches resilience. It tests belief. It asks the question every achiever must answer. How much are you willing to pay for what you say you want? Most people want comfort more than greatness. They want applause more than mastery. They want validation before they've earned conviction. But the secret is this. You cannot receive what you haven't become. The law of achievement doesn't respond to desire alone. It responds to alignment. You attract not what you wish for, but what you embody. You don't chase success. You become it. And then, like a magnet, it comes to you. The mind must be trained like a muscle to believe in the unseen, to hold the vision when everything contradicts it, to stay loyal to the dream when logic demands surrender. The great achievers of history all understood this sacred rhythm. See it, believe it, do it, persist until the world catches up. That is the formula behind every empire, every innovation, every victory that shaped humanity. And here's the truth, that same formula is alive in you. It's waiting for the moment you decide to trust it. Because achievement is not given, it's summoned. You summon it through discipline, through sacrifice, through an unshakable knowing that your destiny is non-negotiable. You see, a discipline is the bridge between your vision and your reality. It's not glamorous, it's not loud, it's not praised. It's the quiet work in the dark when no one is watching. The unseen repetitions that build the foundation of mastery. The world talks about talent, but talent without discipline is a candle in the storm. It flickers, it fades, it dies before dawn. But discipline, that sacred fire, keeps burning through wind, through rain, through failure. It outlasts doubt, it outlasts fatigue. It is the hidden power that turns someday into today. Every great achiever knew this truth. Success is not something you chase, it's something you grow into, and the soil in which it grows is daily discipline. Think of Ford building his first engines. The world said it couldn't be done. They called him foolish, naive, even dangerous. But day after day, in the dim light of his workshop, he turned wrenches and burned through midnight oil, not for recognition, but for revelation. He wasn't working on the machine, he was working on himself. That is the secret most will never grasp. Every task you do, every goal you pursue, Every challenge you endure is less about what you get and more about who you become. You can't cheat that process. Oh, you can't fast-track transformation. The universe doesn't reward shortcuts. It rewards sincerity. It waits for you to prove that you can be trusted with greatness. And so discipline becomes devotion. Devotion becomes faith. Faith becomes a weapon. Because when you move with faith, you're no longer begging for success. You're commanding it. You're speaking the language of creation itself. Every thought becomes a blueprint. Every belief becomes a brick. Every action becomes architecture. That's how destiny is built, one deliberate decision at a time. But let me tell you something most people never realize. There will be moments when your belief will be tested so brutally, you will start to doubt if the dream was ever meant for you. You'll work for years and see no reward. You'll pour your heart into something that no one understands. You'll wonder if you're crazy for still believing. That's when you're closest. That's when you're being refined, not rejected. The fire isn't there to destroy you. It's there to reveal what can't be burned. Every time life tests you, it's asking one question. Do you still want it? Do you still believe when no one claps? Do you still show up when no one notices? Do you still move forward when no one believes? Because greatness begins at the point where motivation dies and discipline takes over, where emotion fades but purpose remains, where you don't move because it's easy, you move because it's necessary. And then something happens quietly, almost invisibly. Your mind shifts from hoping to knowing. You stop looking for signs because you become the sign. You stop asking for the path because you become the path. That's the moment destiny takes notice. That's the vibration of certainty, and everything begins to rearrange around it. People start calling it luck. They see the glory, but not the grind. They praise the result, but never the repetition. But you know every sleepless night, every doubt you conquered, every fear you silenced. You know that success wasn't a gift. It was the harvest of your endurance. And this is why Napoleon Hill said, there is no substitute for persistence. Because persistence is the highest form of faith. To persist when logic says stop. To persist when progress feels invisible. To persist when the world moves on and you remain standing, alone with your purpose. That's the level where miracles are manufactured. Every great achievement is built on invisible work, invisible effort, invisible belief. The seed doesn't demand sunlight before it grows. It pushes through the dirt first. The mountain doesn't rise overnight. It forms over ages, pressure upon pressure, until it becomes immovable. And you are being formed the same way. There's a version of you waiting on the other side of endurance. A stronger, sharper, wiser version. Forged by resistance, refined by faith. Every day you discipline your mind, you're chiseling that version into existence. Because the mind is clay and your thoughts are the sculptor. Shape them with care, and life will follow their design. Neglect them, and life will mirror their chaos. That's the hidden secret, the one the world calls mystery, but the masters call law. You are always creating, even when you don't realize it. Your thoughts are blueprints. Your emotions are the architects. Your actions are the builders. And the structure you end up living in success or failure was built by none other than you. Vision. That word alone carries the weight of every revolution, every invention, every masterpiece ever created. Without vision, life becomes survival motion without meaning, existence without expansion. But with vision, even a single idea can set the world on fire. Vision is not eyesight, it's insight. It's the ability to see what does not yet exist, to believe in what others call impossible, to hear destiny whisper long before it shouts your name. Every great achievement began as a vision carried by someone who refused to let go. Edison saw the light when darkness was all the world knew. The Wright brothers saw wings when men believed flight was fantasy. Steve Jobs saw a universe inside a box of circuits when the world only saw machines. The difference between those who dream and those who achieve lies in this. Dreamers see with hope, achievers see with certainty. Because the mind has two choices, to accept reality as it is, or to bend it toward what it could be. And only the few choose the second. Vision is the soul's compass. It directs your energy, it sharpens your focus, it aligns your life. When you have vision, every obstacle becomes an ingredient, not an interruption. The mountain in front of you is not there to block your way. It's there to reveal your strength. The closed door is not rejection, it's redirection. The delay is not denial, it's divine timing. But vision without belief is like a map without movement. It's useless. It's potential energy trapped inside fear. To make vision real, you must first convince the only person who truly matters yourself, because no one else will see it at first. They can't. They haven't lived the pictures that live in your mind. You will be misunderstood. You will be doubted. You will be told to be realistic. But realism is often just another word for mediocrity. If you want to achieve what has never been done, you must first think in ways that have never been accepted. Greatness begins where logic ends. It's born in the leap, that irrational, unexplainable, almost sacred decision to say, I don't care how long it takes, I will see this through. That decision is the moment you step into the realm of creators, those rare souls who understand that imagination is not fantasy. It's the blueprint of all progress. Napoleon Hill called it the mastermind, the union of thought, faith, and desire fused into a single, unbreakable will. He taught that the human mind, when mixed with belief, becomes a transmitter of vibration, sending a signal to the universe that commands opportunity to appear. That's why people who move with certainty seem lucky. They're not. They're aligned. They are vibrating on the frequency of purpose. They're not hoping something works out. They know it must, because their belief has already built it in the unseen. Faith is the bridge between thought and manifestation. When you believe so deeply that your dream feels done, your actions begin to match that future, and the universe starts moving pieces into place you could never predict. This is not magic. It's law. Every thought is a seed. Every emotion is water. Every action is sunlight. And every delay is the soil testing your roots before allowing you to rise. The problem is most people stop watering their dreams the moment the results don't come fast enough. They let doubt poison the soil. They dig up their seeds to check if anything's growing, and so they kill the process before it can bloom. But achievers, real achievers, they plant once and never look back. They trust the unseen. They work in silence while faith does the heavy lifting. And one day, the world wakes up to what they always knew. That's the essence of vision. It asks you to believe before there's proof, to move before there's direction, to walk through fog with the conviction that the ground will appear beneath your feet. Every vision demands a sacrifice, comfort, approval, certainty, but it gives you something far greater in return: clarity. Clarity of purpose, clarity of path, clarity of self. And when that clarity takes hold, life simplifies. You stop chasing distractions. You stop negotiating with fear. You stop seeking permission to be who you already are, because purpose doesn't ask. It declares. It doesn't whisper. It roars. And when you're aligned with purpose, you begin to attract people, resources, and timing that match your energy. The same invisible law that guided Carnegie and Disney begins to work for you. Synchronicities appear. Opportunities unfold. The impossible starts to look inevitable. But even then, even when the signs appear, you must remember, vision without execution is hallucination. You must act. You must move. You must dare to fail forward. Because the hidden secret behind every great achievement isn't just vision, it's motion. Dreams are born in the mind, but proven in the arena. You cannot think your way to mastery. You must act your way there. Every step you take, no matter how small, sends a signal. I am serious. I am ready. I am coming for what's mine. And life, like a mirror, responds in kind. Action. The great divider between the dreamers and the doers, between those who speak of success and those who become success. You can have belief. You can have vision. But without action, you are a builder with no hammer, a sailor with no wind. Dreams die in hesitation. Opportunities vanish in overthinking. The great achievers of history understood something simple. Momentum is magic. Once you move, life moves with you. Ford didn't have a team when he started. He had movement. Edison didn't have investors. He had motion. Every great creation begins with a single act of faith disguised as a step. Action is not always confident. It's not always clear. Sometimes it's trembling. Sometimes it's clumsy. But it's motion, and motion multiplies power. You can't steer a parked car. You can't refine what you never begin. And you can't claim destiny by standing still. The universe responds to energy, not excuses. Every second you delay, you send a signal that you are not ready. But every small act, every move forward, even when unsure, tells the world, I am coming. And soon that signal echoes back as opportunity. There's a rhythm to creation. Act, adjust, advance. No one gets it perfect the first time. Edison failed 10,000 times, not because he was unlucky, but because he was willing to keep failing forward. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's the alphabet that spells it. Each setback is a letter, each lesson a syllable. And only those who keep writing eventually complete the story. That's why resilience is the companion of every achiever. Resilience, the art of rising again. The quiet defiance that says, I will not quit. When the world says no, resilience whispers, try again. When plans collapse, it says, build anew. When strength fades, it says, rest but do not retreat. Look at Lincoln. Count countless failures, personal losses, endless defeats, and yet he persisted until destiny had no choice but to open the door. He didn't conquer by brilliance alone. He conquered by endurance. The same fire burned in Helen Keller, who could neither see nor hear, but whose soul heard the call of greatness louder than anyone's doubts. She once said, "Character cannot be developed in ease and quiet." How true that is. Ease builds comfort. Difficulty builds character. And character unshakable, tested, proven, is the foundation of achievement. Because when storms hit, it's not your knowledge that saves you, it's your depth. It's the unbreakable root beneath the surface. The storms that destroy the shallow only strengthen the deep. You must decide which one you are. Will you live at the surface, moved by every wind? Or will you root yourself in purpose so deeply that no storm can uproot you? Resilience isn't about never breaking. It's about bending without snapping. It's the strength to hold your faith when logic runs out. It's knowing that the darkest nights birth the brightest dawns. You see, adversity is not punishment. It's permission. It's the universe's way of asking, are you truly ready to receive what you desire? Because success demands proof of strength. It needs to know you can hold what you're asking for. Every setback, every delay, every rejection, it's not denial. It's preparation. Preparation for a version of you that can sustain the success you seek. That's the hidden curriculum of life. Before it gives you what you want, it makes sure you've become the kind of person who won't lose it. You might not see it now, but the struggle you're facing is building something eternal. Resilience, discipline, patience, humility. These are not obstacles on the path, they are the path. And when you finally rise, when you finally stand at the summit of your dreams, you'll realize that the greatest victory was not what you achieved, but what you became along the way. The world will see your results, your wealth, your success, your achievements, but only you will know the nights you fought through, the moments you wanted to quit, the tears that no one saw, the prayers that went unanswered until you became your own answer. That's the secret. Success is not found. It's forged. It's forged in the silence of effort, in the loneliness of pursuit, in the fire of failure and the hammer of persistence. And when it's done, when you've been melted, molded, refined, you emerge unstoppable, because a person who has walked through fire no longer fears the flame. Every wound becomes wisdom. Every scar becomes strength. Every fall becomes foundation. And in that moment, you finally understand the hidden secret behind every great achievement is not luck, not talent, not genius. It's an unbreakable spirit that refuses to die. Gratitude, the overlooked force that transforms effort into fulfillment, struggle into strength, and vision into victory. The great achievers never ignored it. Edison gave thanks for every failure, knowing it revealed what did not work. Carnegie expressed gratitude for every obstacle because it sharpened his judgment. Every master, every innovator, every titan understood that the universe responds to acknowledgement, not entitlement. Gratitude aligns your energy with possibility. It reminds your mind that you are already rich in resources you may have overlooked. It creates an openness that attracts allies, ideas, and opportunities. When you are grateful, setbacks become lessons, not curses. Criticism becomes guidance, not condemnation. The world does not give to those who demand. It gives to those who receive with grace. And here lies the next layer of mastery, adaptability. Nothing in life unfolds exactly as planned. Even the best laid visions will encounter storms, detours, and contradictions. Henry Ford's first cars weren't perfect. Disney's first animation flopped. Lincoln's first political campaigns ended in defeat. But adaptability allowed them to pivot, to learn, to adjust without surrendering their essence. Adaptability does not mean compromise. It means survival with intelligence. It means seeing the wind change and trimming your sails without abandoning your destination. Life rewards those who can bend and not break. Those who can learn faster than their problems evolve. Those who convert every disruption into opportunity. And speaking of learning, no great achievement is complete without it. Knowledge alone is not enough. Belief alone is not enough. Action alone is not enough. Learning is the fuel that makes all three explosive. Edison once said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." That is the mindset of a learner, the willingness to extract wisdom from every misstep. Every setback, every failure, every critique is data waiting to be converted into mastery. The hidden secret thrives in those who treat life as a laboratory. They experiment, they analyze, they refine, they repeat, until their skill becomes instinct, and their instinct becomes genius. But all of this belief, vision, discipline, resilience, gratitude, adaptability, learning remains inert unless it is combined with unwavering persistence. Persistence is the crown jewel of achievement. It is the quiet roar that whispers, "I will see this through no matter the cost." The world tests persistence. It punishes hesitation. It rewards the relentless. Napoleon Hill called it the difference between temporary defeat and permanent victory. Because when all else fails, persistence is the hand that pulls you out. When every path seems blocked, persistence finds the unseen door. When your body says stop, persistence pushes forward. Every historical giant, from Keller to Kennedy, from Jobs to Musk, understood that the universe bends only to the persistent. Opportunities favor the relentless, timing respects the committed, and fortune answers those who refuse to quit. And finally, after all belief, all vision, all discipline, all action, all resilience, all gratitude, all adaptability, all learning, all persistence, comes transformation. Transformation is the invisible reward of all struggle. It is the alchemy that turns ordinary individuals into extraordinary architects of life. It is the moment when you recognize the victory was never outside of you. The power was never elsewhere. The achievement was never a destination. It was a becoming. When you step back and reflect, you see the truth. Every failure was a lesson. Every loss was a teacher. Every sleepless night was preparation. Every obstacle was an invitation to grow. This is the hidden secret, the sacred law ignored by the unambitious. Great achievement is never about what you take. It is about what you become in the process of pursuit. It is the discipline, the persistence, the clarity of vision, the resilience through adversity, the gratitude, the adaptability, the unquenchable learning, the unwavering action, all fused into a single force. A person who refuses to settle, who refuses to quit, who refuses to live anything less than the life they were born to create. And when that force emerges, the world bends. Doors open. Opportunities flow. Destiny itself begins to move in alignment. The great achievers did not wait for permission. They did not wait for validation. They did not wait for luck. They became the architects of their lives. And now the secret waits for you. It waits in your belief, in your vision, in your discipline, in your persistence. It waits in your courage to act, your willingness to learn, your openness to adapt, your capacity for gratitude. It waits in the fire of adversity, in the silent hours of effort, in the moments no one sees but you. If you claim it, if you live it, if you embody it, there is no limit to what you can achieve. Because greatness is not an accident. It is a law. It is a choice. It is a becoming. And the hidden secret behind every great achievement is that the secret has always been inside you. Now, listen closely, because this is where everything converges, where belief meets action, where vision becomes reality, where the ordinary transforms into the extraordinary. You've walked the path of discipline, endured the fire of failure, persisted through doubt, and embraced the lessons hidden in every setback. And now you stand at the threshold of your own greatness, though the world may not yet see it. The truth is simple. Greatness does not ask permission. It does not wait for approval. It does not negotiate with fear. It arrives when you decide it will. Every achievement, every triumph, every legacy ever built, it was not a gift. It was earned in silence. It was forged in the hidden hours of effort no one witnesses. It was claimed by those who refused to quit, when quitting was the easy path. And now, the same law waits for you. You may still doubt, you may still hesitate, but the universe does not require perfection. It requires persistence. It requires courage. It requires belief so deep, it becomes reality before your eyes. See yourself as Edison saw the light before it illuminated the world. See yourself as Ford saw engines before roads carried them. See yourself as Disney saw castles before the ink ever touched the page. And then act, move, persist, learn, adapt. Let gratitude flow through your every step. Let resilience carry you when the world pushes back. Let vision guide your every choice. Because when thought, belief, action, and persistence collide, miracles become inevitable. Obstacles dissolve. Fear loses its power, and you become the living proof of the hidden secret behind every great achievement. It is not in luck. It is not in talent. It is not in the circumstance. It is in you. It has always been in you. The seed of greatness, the spark of achievement, the unbreakable force that will shape your destiny. It is alive in your mind, in your heart, in your hands. Now is the moment to summon it. Now is the moment to step into it. Now is the moment to stop waiting and start becoming. Because the world does not bend to wishful thinking. It bends to those who embody their vision. It bends to those who refuse to quit. It bends to those who act with certainty, live with purpose, and persist with relentless courage. Your journey is yours alone. Your potential is infinite. Your time is now. Embrace it, live it, own it. And as you rise, remember this. Every great achievement, every life that changed the course of history, every impossible dream brought to reality, all of it began with the same hidden secret. The secret that is now yours to claim. The secret that has always been inside you. Decide, believe, persist, become, and the world will have no choice but to bend to your greatness.